Welcome back to That Track Channel. Today we are out at Gimli Motorsports Park with the Winnipeg Sports Car Club for their season opener of road race and time attack. Of course, you guys probably saw my Civic that I was fixing the other day, and it's actually right beside us. You're going to see it right away here. We're running this car all weekend in the road race field. Now, I want to show you guys some of the cars that are coming to an event like this because there's some serious hardware here. This is my Civic right here. It's K24 powered in case you didn't watch my other video. It's making about 230 horsepower to the wheels, and the car has been out for a practice run already. So far, everything felt really well. No issues that I know of. But yeah, we're gonna get into a qualifying session and then do some race sessions throughout the day. But aside from my Civic, we actually have another car over here, my old Corvette Z06 that I actually sold to a good friend of mine. This is a time attack car, and it's LS3 swapped with a hot cam, full aero, full race car. It's actually a caged race car. So it's out here gonna put down some serious laps. On the other side of the Civic over here, we have this beautiful Lotus Elise. Now, this car has a Toyota 1.8 liter 4-cylinder motor, right? And from factory, they're actually very quick. Once again, this is a time attack field though. This car is putting out 360 wheel horsepower. That's right, it's turbocharged and it's fully equipped. You have full aero on this car, brakes and everything, and this car could potentially set a new track record here. Now we have open lapping as well here this weekend, so there is some of the street cars, regular street cars that are coming out, and now I shouldn't say regular because some of these cars are pretty quick. We've got a Maserati sitting there, we have a BMW M240i, there's a Nissan 370Z. Actually, if you check out this way right here, you'll check out this one of three Lotus Evora GTS factory race car. That is one insanely rare car that is here in Gimli, Manitoba this weekend. But yeah, let's keep moving down the line. We have some 60s muscle here today too. We got a beautiful 68, I think it's a 68 or 67 Mercury Cougar. We have a Honda Civic Si that's here doing time attack. And then one of my race competitors that's here, that's doing wheel to wheel, is a good friend of ours, Pete Lavin, and he's driving this yellow EG Civic. So let's go check it out and take a quick look at it. Pete, how you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Was the car running all right?
It was yesterday and then today.
That's no good today?
We're having some sputtering, and between Al and Damon, they're my kind of go-to guys, and said check the fuel, the injector filters.
All right, okay.
So we got something where we need another filter in the system because there's too much gunk getting into the injector filters here.
Right, okay.
And there's a little process that needs to be done, and Al's showing me the tiniest little particles in the screens.
The screen's a centimeter tall. It's a tiny cup.
Right.
With a micro screen on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were half full or a quarter full of black stuff.
Of course.
And then so we flushed it all out. Now he's gonna go try one more time, see if that fixes it, and then at least this is corrected in the fuel world. We know it's fuel because it goes lean.
Right. We have the air fuel.
Of course.
Mixture gauge, so that's handy.
Right, now so this car, this motor's newer to the car, but this is a Type R motor, right? JDM Type R motor?
Yes.
Okay, so it's making some jam. Now, for you guys at home, these cars are really cool, and if you want to come racing at Gimli, a Honda's the way to go. And as you're seeing right now, we have Al Marcoux that's standing beside us with Pete here, and pretty much what you get and the experience you get at Gimli is if you need a hand, there's guys around that'll help you out. And that's one of the reasons why so many people do love racing here, is that it's just such a great community to come and be a part of, right? So yeah, check out the interior in this car too, actually. This car is actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So
all the full gauge clusters, all the Momo steering wheel and shifter, Momo seat. It's a full fuel cell car. That's a lot of fun. Okay, so here's another time attack competitor, and this car is pretty cool and it's pretty special to me for a couple reasons. Well, A, we've been racing and doing time attack with this gentleman for quite a few years, but B, I actually have, or had, a dog box transmission from a B series Integra. Now, a dog box, it was a dog box straight cut gear transmission, and it was the coolest thing on the planet. And I had this in a previous race car back a few years ago, and I actually sold it to the gentleman that owns this car. So this Integra behind me is sitting with like a $15,000 transmission. It's got a full straight cut gear dog box tranny in it. And this car is competing in time attack this year. It's a boosted Integra. We're gonna see if we can get some clips of it going by as well, but like it makes quite the noise. This thing should be a pretty serious contender this year as well. Guys, check this car out. Now, before I even actually talk about this car, I want to say it's so awesome to see out-of-towners come to our local track here at Gimli, Manitoba. These guys are next door neighbors from Saskatchewan, but they're still making probably a 5-6 hour trip to be here. Now, this car here is pretty wild looking. Look at the massive rear diffuser on this car. And that runs actually into a flat floor on this car, and it's got the big, massive swan neck mounted wing out back. This car's a V6 Accord. Now, it was out in practice with us this morning, but it ran into a couple little issues. So first lap out, the car just didn't have any power, and they're just diagnosing right now. And they found that the cam sensor wasn't plugged in, and the car just had no VTEC and no power at all. So they're gonna see if they can get it together really quickly here and hopefully get it out for qualifying right away. But yeah, once again, big, massive front splitter. Now these guys also usually run champ cars, so they do endurance racing with this car too. So normally with an endurance race, they're gonna have 6 drivers in this car. They all spend an hour and a half or an hour behind the wheel at a time and compete for a big series. This car, believe it or not, was actually a 4-time-in-a-row champ out west, which is awesome to see it here in Gimli. They got the laptop out right now with Honda trying to get it sorted out. Hopefully they can get it fixed up.
Are you sponsored by anybody right now, Gary? Is that the sponsor drink of choice?
Yeah, that's the sponsor drink, Kirkland.
Kirkland brand coffee. Well, you got to cut a promo for Kirkland now.
No, but you know who we can say thanks to? We can say thanks to our friends over at Don Valley Mechanics, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be out here racing right now. Those guys did so much work on getting this car ready. So hopefully, as long as it's not raining, hopefully I can not disappoint them and maybe bring home a win this weekend.
How's that one?
That was good.
Nice.
This took a little bit to get heat in the tires, but it's starting to feel okay. It's a little wet at first, but yeah, that TSX is actually pretty quick. So.
In the corners, on the straights?
Huh?
On the corners or on the straights?
Honestly, everywhere, because I think that thing's K-swap, or it's K-powered anyways, right? That
Yeah.
TSX should be a K24.
Oh, that's
right?
true. Yeah, okay.
So it seemed like it was going really good, and you know, just see how it goes in race number 1, right? We'll have to try it out and take it easy. Obviously, this is I haven't done a whole ton of wheel-to-wheel, just for you guys watching at home as well. A lot of the races that I did do, this car's ran into problems. It blew up transmissions, it blew up clutches. So I've never even finished a wheel-to-wheel race. So I'm wearing the big green triangle on the back that says rookie, right? So, but I'm no rookie to this track. I'm obviously a time attack competitor and been lapping here for years. So we'll just have to see how race 1 goes. Rocking and rolling pretty darn good out there, huh?
Well, I thought I'd take a chance before it rained.
Oh yeah, okay.
What are we working with here?
Says K24, right?
Yeah.
What's all done to it?
Okay.
Is there a lot done to it or not really?
Basically, I've just rebuilt the whole thing with first stage camshaft and
Okay.
piston and rings, and bored out the head, and put a Flash Pro in it,
Right?
and fuel management and stuff like that.
Has it hit the dyno yet or no?
Not quite yet, because when I hit it, the engine was still fresh.
Okay.
And I've never had a chance to go back to Gimli where they do the dynos for me at E-Tunis.
Right. Okay. It seems like I'm ballparking here, but would I say I'd be safe around 250 wheel, somewhere around there?
Yes.
Yeah, like it's like you were hauling. I wasn't expecting you to be that fast. No, I don't mean it that way, but like
it's been pretty good so far. I'm quite impressed with it.
right. So full engine rebuild, stage 1 cams. It's got some work done to it, and this is your first run out with it with a fresh rebuild.
Yeah, and I got exhaust done.
And exhaust and everything else. Awesome. Well, it's going to be fun out there.
Yeah, that flash pro makes a huge difference.
Yeah, right. You really get it sorted out.
You can even get for your Civic.
Well, I'm running Honda in it, so yeah, it's on K Pro. So
Yeah, same thing here.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. Very friendly user.
yeah. Mine's just I don't have cams in mine,
Yeah.
so it's got the throttle body, it's got the short ram manifold, it's on and
Pretty
headers,
nice,
exhaust, just without the cam, right? So I have my car on the dyno made about 230 to the wheels.
That's not bad.
But either way, it should be probably a pretty good battle, because I'm guessing I'm probably going to be weighing in 2,700 pounds with me in the car at least, right? So
Way lighter than us, yeah.
yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm not way lighter than you, but
And,
guys, check out this BMW 3 Series. It came all the way from Saskatoon, these guys. It's the two friends that are out running this car this weekend. One of them's been here before 12 years ago. One of them's never been here before. But this is their 3 Series BMW from the early 90s. The car's running a motor it's a 3.4 liter. It's making about 190 wheel horsepower. Now I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you have a car that's 2,450 pounds, this thing's gonna get up and move pretty darn good if you ask me. But yeah, let's check it out. This is cool. And I was talking to the gentlemen that are driving this car as well, and they were saying that this is its first ever run out here. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to see it go. It's really well done too. Here, come check out the interior on this car. Super clean. This is very, very tidy. And of course, this car as well, they didn't skimp out. This car's got brakes. It's got Willwoods in all four corners. It's got the tires. It looks like it's got the suspension. So this thing should be hopefully a front runner this weekend. We're standing here with Al Marcoux, who is probably one of the veterans here at the racetrack. I know you're a young guy, but you're still probably one of the veterans here, you know?
Yep, since I've been racing since 91 consistently.
Since 91 consistently.
Yep.
So this guy's got probably more laps than anyone here, or most people put combined at this racetrack.
Yep.
And the reason why I'm here chatting with him is, first and foremost, is I'm new to the Honda game. I'm new to driving a front wheel drive car. As you guys know, I usually operate and pilot a 600 wheel horsepower Camaro. So when it comes to racing, a lot of drivers sometimes will have a very big ego, and everyone likes to think they're the best, right? For me, I like to try to play the more intelligent game. I know I usually drive a rear wheel drive line, so I actually approached Mr. Marcoux here. He said, hey Al, I know you're one of the fastest and one of the best here with a front wheel drive car, and I want to learn from experience. So I actually came to Al last night and said, there's gonna be a practice session tomorrow morning. Do you mind if we go do some laps and let me follow you around just so I can really work on dialing in my line? And of course, Al came to the rescue for me, and we just did a practice run. Out of curiosity, were you watching your mirrors? Was I doing all right? Following you around okay?
You seem to be, right behind me. So I mean, you're following me. Seem to be okay. It's hard to watch what you're doing.
Of course.
But at the same time, you weren't doing these weird lines that you were following me. So
right.
That's the key, right? And you're learning that line.
Absolutely. And I feel like even from following you around, there's a couple areas where I had to work on improvement. Like, because I normally, whenever I drive turn 3, being in a big rear wheel drive car, I will run usually cone out in all the way out to the far side, where with these cars we'll late apex and stay more to the inside of the track or close to the center, but on this inside. Usually I would be way out of my Camaro using all the power to get back over.
Correct. Yeah.
And this is just such a different experience. So I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for helping out a fellow racer.
My pleasure,
really appreciate it.
My pleasure, anytime.
And hopefully, we can have a good race session today, and maybe I'll go a little bit faster thanks to this guy.
All stations
First checkered of the year.
First checkered ever. And
First checkered ever. First time out, first checkered.
Awesome.
Came through a lot of adversity to get here. Transmission issues, zipper issues.
Oh man, I'm roasting in here. It's so hot.
You just want to show it to Dad?
Oh man.
Dad, look.
Yo.
He's showing you his berry.
Oh man. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. It's a workout though.
Way to go, man.
Thank you
You
so
earned that
much. Man, I will say, Al, you are hard to catch. Like even, like obviously, like I know obviously I have the power and stuff like that, right? But like seriously, like I was like in my head I was like, oh, I'll catch my another, and I was like, holy shit, like I actually gotta like work and work and work.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun, man. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully I wasn't in any way.
None at all, man. No, it's great. You passed perfectly. Like I'm like, oh, on that side then. Bye.
Finished my first race and finished or second ball, no.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, but yeah. Awesome, man. Thanks for the great run.
Anytime, man. Way to go.
Oh. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. I'm exhausted, as you can tell. I gotta work on this a little bit more, you know, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Sam, how does it feel to be the wife of a champion now? A one race champion, but.
One race.
See, here's the problem with race cars, is it seems like you're constantly wrenching on them. Now, I mean, I shouldn't say I'm constantly wrenching. Usually I have friends that help me for that type of stuff. However, with race cars in general, it seems like you're constantly wrenching them. And this is why I like a street car so much, is you can bring a big high horsepower street car, come turn a few laps, shut it down, and be good to go again. Where this thing's got a transmission leak, but it just turned out to be just like the filler bolt for the trans was hand tight. It was a little bit loosened off, and you know what, it could have just once again need to be retorqued or whatever after we just put fluid in it the other day, so need to go through it again. And we're experiencing obviously the tie rods are a little bit loose on the car, one of the ball joints is a little bit loose, and just things that go wrong with racing, such as life, I guess. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen with this little car. Maybe we keep it, maybe we sell it, you never know.